Yeah, I mean, you couldn't do any better than listening to that stuff. And that's the way it is. Don't be buying into some of these classes. We're going to give you a little Sunday morning motivation here from Jim Carrey, the great Jim Carrey. I've got a 10-minute motivation speech by Jim to help us understand who we are and where we should be, because this is all, and we've got week 6 here that Janet has kindly committed over the last 6 weeks to educate us and share with us her experience. And I know some of you have already received your little books. So I'm going to put Jim on here, and then we're going to get some pins. Let me just get it up here.
It doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Sometimes I think that's the only thing that's important, really. It's just letting each other know we're here, reminding each other that we're part of a larger self. You are the vanguard of knowledge and consciousness, a new wave in a vast ocean of possibilities. On the other side of that door, there's a world starving for new ideas, new leadership. I've been out there for 30 years. It can be rough out there, but that's okay. Fear is going to be a player in your life. You get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here. And the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it. You can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love. I watched the effect of my father's love and humor and how it altered the world around me. And I thought, that's something to do. That's something worth my time. I realized one night in LA that the purpose of my life had always been to free people from concern. How will you serve the world? What do they need that your talent can provide? That's all you have to figure out. The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Don't let anything stand in the way of the light that shines through this form. Risk being seen in all of your glory. I've often said that I wished people could realize all their dreams and wealth and fame, so that they could see that it's not where you're going to find your sense of completion. My soul is not contained within the limits of my body. My body is contained within the limitlessness of my soul. One unified field of nothing, dancing for no particular reason, except maybe to comfort and entertain itself. The imagination is always manufacturing scenarios, both good and bad, and the ego tries to keep you trapped in the multiplex of the mind. Our eyes are not viewers, they are also projectors that are running a second story over the picture that we see in front of us all the time. Fear is writing that script, and the working title is, I'll Never Be Enough. No matter what you gain, ego will not let you rest. It will tell you that you cannot stop until you've left an indelible mark on the earth, until you've achieved immortality. Relax and dream up a good life. It's just about letting the universe know what you want and working toward it while letting go of how it comes to pass. Your job is not to figure out how it's going to happen for you, but to open the door in your head. And when the door opens in real life, just walk through it. And don't worry if you miss your cue, because there's always doors opening. They keep opening. Take a chance on faith. Not religion, but faith. Not hope, but faith. I don't believe in hope. Hope is a beggar. Hope walks through the fire and faith leaps over it. You are ready and able to do beautiful things in this world. It's our intention. Our intention is everything. Nothing happens on this planet without it. Not one single thing has ever been accomplished without intention. I was a little kid, and I would sit there, and I would try to figure out what it meant, what it was all about. Why are we here? What is this? And one day, I read something from Buddha that said that all spirituality is about relieving suffering. There are generations growing up right now who are learning to lie, that lying is okay, that you're supposed to hate half the country. You've got to get back to a place where we realize that a vote is not who you are.
What we're doing, why we're building these abstract scaffoldings of who we are. You know, I'm a Canadian American, and I'm this and I'm that, and I'm a Catholic and I'm that, and it's all abstract stuff. And when you drill down, there's no you left.
I really cherish that, and we are all one thing.
Freedom comes in there only being one you, and it includes the table and the computer and the ocean and the trees. You try to breathe without them, you know, you can't. I was in my studio painting in New York one time. I took a walk for a couple of blocks and I found this wonderful little park where these guys were playing soccer. Watched these guys play soccer. I watched this guy chasing the ball. And I went, that's it. I was compelled by that guy who's so involved with getting the ball. All sports work, you know, all art works on the same level, and that is presence. Meisner, one of the tenets of his technique is that if you are actually interested in what you're doing, you'll be interesting to watch. And that's why we watch babies, because they discover things for the first time. No one gets through this life. It's too challenging and there's too much stuff coming at us. We don't have the bandwidth to handle it. We have to find ways to escape it. We have to turn the gadgets off. We have to find moments in nature. Meditation is helpful, really helpful.
Anything that doesn't work out, I always think of as this is the way it was supposed to be. That's the way it was supposed to happen, because there's something bigger down the road.
I'm finding that people are, for the most part, accepting of another kind of way of looking at things or letting go of a character. I do believe in manifestation, the power of that kind of stuff, but I don't believe that any of it matters. You know, this mattering is, to me, a human construct, born out of a need, the same need as you have to have, you know, deities and things like that. I believe in an energy of God. Everything is divine. It's been part of the evolution of ego, is to spend your first half of your life acquiring and adding, thinking you can add to yourself. And it looks great when you got a cool car and you got nice clothes and you've done something that people admire, but it can never fulfill you. You can never be happy. You know what I mean? It's not where happiness comes from.
The feeling of wholeness is a different feeling than meanness.
I don't exist. They're all characters that I played. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
I'm not trying to tell the people how to live their lives. I'm just having fun trying to transmit that to the audience and trying to get people to feel that.
Powerful words indeed. And it's to help us understand that we are in control of everything we do and take responsibility for everything around us. So I'm really just wanting to share with you a little bit this morning about planning for your Cash FX business. Because if you start with the end goal in mind, all right, I don't know what happened there. If you start with the end goal in mind, then you'll have a bigger understanding and a better idea of where you want to get to. Because, you know, we all want different things. Not everybody wants to be an ambassador or an executive. You know, everybody wants different things out of their business, but know what you want and understand the opportunity before you actually commit yourself. So it's about planning and planning our goals, planning a strategy. And, you know, as Jim Rohn says, we could move the goalposts, but if you set the bar right away when you want to get started, then at least you know what you're aiming for. And, you know, this is one of the reasons why the structure that Roy and I put together at the start is very, very successful, because, you know, we're helping people to build the business to get the best they love, or the best that they can out of the business. And, you know, for example, with the family structure and the family pack, that can very quickly put business away out of your pay line. And therefore, for the short term, when you look at that, you might say, oh, well, you know, this is actually not going to pay me. But again, having a bigger picture of what's further down the line, it has now meant that we've got a very, very solid structure. And, you know, at the start, when the points are dropping off, it can be very demotivating because you think you're just getting there, and the next you wake up the next day and the points have disappeared. And we've all been there, and that will happen at every level. It doesn't matter whether it's executive, manager, director, president. It'll happen at every level. It just happens on a bigger scale. So it's really about wanting to get started and set up, plan your goals, know what you want to get out of the business, because really this business can deliver anything that you want out of it. But it's all about being in the right mindset. And if we haven't got the right mindset, you'll treat it like a hobby, and really treating it like a hobby, or just doing it occasionally when the thought takes you, is not going to get you the end results. So what we need to do is sit down, understand what we're looking at, and this applies to everything in life. You know, plan what you want to do. Like if you're going on a journey, you know where you want to go. And the same thing is the situation here. So know where you want to start. Let the people around you help you. You know, network marketing is about being, and a sponsor is someone who is supporting you. So if your own sponsor isn't responsible for helping you and training you, go up line. Go up as far as you need to go until you get to someone that will actually help you and support you in this business. And the same thing applies going down the business, because, you know, you might have people on your first, second, third, fourth, fifth level that aren't necessarily doing anything. but there could be someone on the level 6 or level 7 who's really keen. And it's about digging down into your business, and doing that and using the leadership program in the back office to really identify, where there are little sparks that can really ignite something. And that's something in the business that you need to become aware of. And we'll cover more of that in other trainings, because that's not what it's about today. But it's about, as I say, understanding your business and knowing your goals. If you want to be executive, you have to know that you need 3 people sponsored personally. You have to know that you're going to need 25,000 points, which means $50,000 in business. And I remember at the very start, we looked at that and thought, wow, this is this is like a mountain to climb. But again, breaking it down into little chunks, and the fact that we've got a business now, the company will be 2 years old in July. So with 21, 22 months track record, it's a lot easier than it was 15 months ago when we got started. So, using everyone there, set your goal of what you want to get to, and look at a time frame, a reasonable time frame, and then let's get a plan to get it organized. I like this whole idea of what we call a launch party, where someone who wants to get started and they're keen and they're eager, and I think it was Jeremy Cohen, one of his guys in South Africa, and this is how they got them up and running. So if someone's keen to get going and they're enthusiastic and want to get started, get them to invite 6, 8, 10 of their close friends that they have good influence with to come onto a Zoom. And then, get Roy, Neil, Dominic, myself, whoever is your upline leader, to do a Zoom call. And then just do a presentation, question and answer session. It's about striking when the iron's hot and getting them started right away and getting some momentum. Because it's all about building momentum in this business. If you sponsor one person this week and don't bother again for another 2 or 3 weeks, you're never going to actually get that momentum going. And it's the same thing as when Zig Ziglar talks about priming the pump. I love that analogy, because it's again just about keeping going, keep on going until you break through, and you will break through. And those that want to do it, we're already seeing powerful results. We're seeing, virtually on a weekly basis now, people getting up to executives, managers, directors, and beyond. And it's there for everybody. There's nothing special about us, only that we have a bigger why. And if you have a big why, the how doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's inconsequential. But you must be open to expand and grow your mind. Work on yourself, have the right mindset, surrounding yourself with people that are positive as opposed to being negative. And that's really what what we're doing in these trainings, is trying to get you to be bulletproof against the naysayers and the negativity out there, because there is a lot of it and it's surrounding us. But the people that are succeeding are the ones who transcend that and actually work through it and work on yourselves to get there. So I know today that Janet, this is week 6 of the series, and Janet is going to share with us now her final thoughts and get us all going again. So Janet, can we pass over to you?
Great, thank you, Brian. First of all, I hope I don't sound too echoey. I'm in the process of moving out of my house and it's completely empty at the moment. So I sound echoey to me, but hopefully this mic is okay. So yeah, this is week 6 and it's been a fantastic training session. A lot of you have given me great feedback, and I truly appreciate that, because it helps me. You never know, especially on a machine. You don't know really what's actually happening. So I'm going to share my screen with you just now. Get rid of all my trash. And so the purpose of today really is to recap on those last 5 weeks and, sort of get our head around what is this mindset that you hear it so often. And I think, when we start saying, you just got to have the right mindset, then it can kind of put people who are not as successful as they want to be or as successful as someone else, kind of can make them feel a little bit like, oh, there's something wrong with me then. What is a mindset? And so that's what we've been doing in these last few weeks, is learning how to create that great mindset with principles that are time-tested, fail-proof. I promise you, because I've used them so many times now in my life for both business and personal. So we're learning really how to get that absolute bulletproof mindset. It takes time. So if you hear people who are really successful say it's all about mindset, don't then start to think, oh, well, maybe I don't have as good a mindset as them. You might think that, but use the word yet. That's such a crucial word. I haven't got that yet. So for those who are on this call and they haven't been on all the others, I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm Janet Jones. I am the Happiness Millionaire. I'm a Napoleon Hill certified instructor, and I'm the only person in the whole of the world who was commissioned by Napoleon Hill Foundation in America to create 13 images that would represent the key principles to the amazing book, Think and Grow Rich. I've spoken on the Napoleon Hill Foundation stage in Malaysia. I've written a book called The Happiness Millionaire, Positive Images for a Rich and Powerful Life. And that won the Janie Lee Awards, which is Janie Lee Grace from BBC Radio 2. So I've been doing this now for many, many years. In fact, I think going back to the year 2000, when I very first came into personal development work. So Brian and I have been working these last few weeks, putting this course together. And it's been great working with CashFX. I'm also a CashFX independent consultant too, which I love. And so this course has been about helping you to become more confident, to have a deeper understanding of your true potential, and that this is a reliable visual system to success and helping you to create a rich life. And I get this every week. And all of the above are guaranteed to increase your CashFX business and the quality of your life. So as you can see, all these that we started off, week 6, this week, this is about the time to fly and to create your true wealth. I'm going to recap the whole system. And if we have time, then we will do some Q&A at the end as well. So if you want more information about me and about my book, then just go to happinessmillionaire.com. I have put my ebook together on a special offer for you. So you just click through that on the website. Now, I've also put together, again, a few of you have done this and that you've taken advantage of this amazing offer that I've put together for my online training program. And this online training program is actually everything that I do when I do a retreat. And people pay a lot of money to come on that, but I have created it as an online program. And normally this is over £1,000, so it's really worth it. I have reduced that to £97 just for you guys. And that offer will come to an end at midnight on the 1st of May. Like I say, the correspondence that I get from you guys who are doing this has been brilliant. The compliments are lovely. So I'm really glad that you're enjoying the course and getting the most out of that. So if you want that, you just click through for the book and it will take you to the training course. If you already have the book and you want that special offer, you would need to contact me directly because you'll have missed that online. So just give me an email or something at info@happinessmillionaire.com. I would really hate you to miss out on that. Come on, mouse. Okay, let's have a recap. So we're going to imagine that these principles are your ingredients to your success and happiness cake. So we started off, we've got a 3-layer cake, and we started off with the thought. and the thought layer of these principles, and I hope you're writing them down. Now, the other thing, you can get these as a pocketbook from Brian, and I've had a couple of emails, so I'm not quite sure that we're making it clear how to get hold of these. But if you go to PayPal and you use Brian's email, then which is brianchittick7@gmail.com, and then we're just asking, or Brian is, because it's nothing to do with me now, but if you just contribute £2.50 to the postage and packing, and then Brian can get those sent out to you. They are £15 plus £2.50 postage and packing on Amazon. So this is a really lovely gift, and they are incredibly valuable. So we start off with the principle of desire. Like Brian's just been saying, and like that video was saying, you got to know what you want. You know, you can't set out on a journey and not know where you're going. And actually, success and happiness is just the same. You kind of look, if you haven't achieved the position where you really want to be, like your full potential in life, if you haven't done that so far, then simply what you've been doing is not getting you the results. So now it's time to do something different. So take the time out and decide what it is you truly desire from your heart, not what your head, not what someone else is doing. And then when you've done that, then you have faith. And it's the kind of faith that Jim Carrey was just talking about. It's not a religious faith, and it's not hope. It's a really deep, inner, passionate, powerful faith. Then you use the language in your mind, the auto-suggestion. And we've previously spoken about the three, the auto-suggestion, visual suggestion, and your body suggestion. So I hope you remember those. So that's the very first layer, your thoughts, very, very important. In the book, you can get these exercises. And so when you're working out your desire, it's really important to break down, you know, rather than sort of pick up, oh, I'd like to do X, you have to look inwards in order to create a better outwards. And so the book comes with lots of really different exercises. And if you get hold of that, you can join the book membership, where you can actually download these books and start, the exercise, and you start writing them out. So again, really powerful. To change your mindset, you have to go in order to go out again. So there's that one to complete. And then do the fear to faith exercise. We live in a state of fear. The newspapers and the media all over the world right now are just feeding us this like poisonous diet of fear. And so you need to get it right in your mind as to what that means to you. So this exercise will actually help you to do that. So now we move on to the physical level. So this is your next layer of the cake. Now, trust me, this cake tastes delicious. So the physical level is you need to gain specialized knowledge. So you decide what you want, you believe in the fact that you can have that, you can create that, you're using all the right language in your mind to say, yes, I can do this. And then it's time to gain that specialized knowledge. Now, as we're in Cash FX, and that's what we're talking about here, I say this is about becoming really knowledgeable about everything that Cash FX are doing, and, you know, right from learning the training programs to everything that's being said on social media. Get it all in your mind. And then use your imagination. How does all that knowledge then apply to you and what you want to create with your desire? So use your imagination, and it is infinite. So I love the favorite part. In fact, of this image, I've got two favorite parts. One is the black background, because there are no edges to it, and it can just go infinitely. Your imagination can just keep going and going and going and going. But I also love the light that is coming from the book, because that again is just what Jim Carrey was talking about, having the confidence to live your light. And that light is starting already to come from within by gaining your knowledge. And then once you have the knowledge, you create an organized plan, just draft it out. The important thing about planning is put it down, but be prepared to maneuver it, because you don't know where it's actually going to take you. But, you know, sometimes you're on the motorway and you're heading to your destination and there's a roadblock, isn't there? And sometimes you might have to come off the motorway. Before you know it, you see a lovely, beautiful country pub and you think, let's sit down here and have a nice dinner. And then before you know it, you've met somebody who changes your life. And that's what I mean about the plan and it being a little bit flexible. And then the next layer is the action level. You see, this is the time now that you really have to step out and make changes, your conscious changes. And this level talks about making a decision. Now, let's face it, if you have been doing all these principles one after the other, so you've got your desire, you believe you can have it, you're using the right internal language, you've gained your specialized knowledge, you've used your imagination, and now you've got your plan, can you see that that is now easier to make that decision? And so you can make a decision with confidence and commitment. And when the going gets tough, look at that. The next principle is persistence. And you can persist in it because now you truly believe in it. And this isn't hard. It isn't like, oh, you know, I must keep going. I must keep going. It's like you just feel the persistence. And also, oh, I don't want to click on yet. Then you come to the mastermind principle. When you're starting to develop a really good mindset by now, by this level, you are starting to have a really good mindset, and you'll find that you connect with the right people, and you'll find some of those people are really special to you. Those are called your mastermind. So you get together with those special people. But a mastermind isn't about what you can get from the mastermind. A mastermind is about what you can give to the mastermind, because give and you shall receive. And that's the power of the mastermind. What you actually receive from a mastermind, when you get two heads together and they are, you know, having the same vision and they have the same mindset and the same power and belief in order to cultivate and create life living on purpose, that is incredibly powerful and incredibly energetic. And what that does is it taps into your sexual energy, the very primal energy that each and every one of us has. And that's where the sex transmutation principle comes in. It taps into your enthusiasm and your passion and your purpose. And it's as powerful as the ocean. And I love this picture. It just demonstrates the power of the ocean and the power of the human spirit. So as you can see, I like that principle. And now we have the icing on the cake. This goes to a really high level of thinking. And it starts with the subconscious mind. When you get to learn and understand your subconscious mind and how other things of your life have influenced your subconscious mind, you can now consciously make those changes. And again, in my online training course, we go really deep on the subconscious mind, because that is actually the thing that drives you. It's really the thing that will stop you from getting what your desire is. You can be working away all you like, but if you've got this humming going on in your subconscious mind that you're not aware of, that your ego is tapping into, you won't get your desire. If something happened to you as a child that has a subconscious message that says you're not actually good enough to make lots of money in Cash FX, guess what? You can desire it all you like right at the beginning. That will always get in the way. And that's why it's so important to work through these principles and layer them one on top of the other. Because then when you get to the subconscious mind principle, you're ready to take it on. It's a really big one. And I talk an awful lot about that. And we have really big exercises to get you to dig deep. And then we have the brain principle. And one of my favorite quotes, and I believe it is Jim Rohn, and it says, if you want to fly with the eagles, stop scratching around with the turkeys. And that's what the brain principle is all about. But again, if you haven't worked your subconscious mind will actually have you floating around with the turkeys. If your subconscious mind isn't ready to allow you to fly with the eagles. These are really important principles. So I would start looking at who you are connecting with. What kind of clients do you draw towards you? Maybe you need to do more work on your mindset in order to get that higher level client as well. So the brain principle, really important, but this image, it shows that you are in control. It shows, the hand holding this circuit board, which represents the brain. Then it says you're in control of your brain. You are in control of your mindset. And then finally, we have the sixth sense. Sixth sense, hugely powerful. This is where you just hand it all over. You've done all the work now. You feel alive. You feel confident in yourself. You have the right language going on in your mind. You truly believe in what it is you're doing. You are prepared. You've done your planning. You're absolutely ready. You just hand it over. And you tune in this higher energy field around your brain. Just allow that to tune in to this higher universal energy. And you will get to the place that you're aiming for. You will get to live your true potential. And this takes me on to these 7 laws, these natural laws of the universe. And I would write these down if I were you. Again, super powerful to know. Number 1 is the law of vibration. We know that the thoughts, they have this energy that comes out of our minds. And we spoke about that right at week 1, I believe it was, that we talked about our thoughts having this energy field. Because you can go into a room and automatically if somebody's either having sad thoughts or happy thoughts. When somebody's having happy, confident thoughts and go-getting thoughts, there's an energy that actually comes off them. But when somebody's having sad thoughts, there is an energy that comes off them too. And it's a very low and quite a dense energy. The law of vibration, also known as the law of attraction, is the one that vibrates out from you. And as you vibrate out at a higher vibration, guess what? You attract things at a higher vibration. But when you are a lower vibration, perhaps you don't quite believe in yourself. Perhaps you don't quite believe that CashFX can do what you want it to do. Well, guess what? You will attract that lower vibration, which is why it's really crucial to do all of this work and get yourself operating on a higher vibration. But you can't fake that. You can't fake that energy. So you have to do the work. And then automatically you vibrate at a higher level. Then we have the law of relativity. Everything is relative to one thing or another. The law of cause and effect. We know that if you take a stone or a ball, for instance, and you throw it against a wall, it's going to bounce back. Something always happens. Whatever you do, there is always an effect from whatever you do. The law of polarity. So it says that this is here, so therefore this must be here. So everything has its opposites. You could call this yin and yang, black and white. The law of rhythm. We have music and noise and energy, and that brings its own kind of energetic field to us. The law of gestation. This is really crucial to understand. We might have our plan, we may well set our goals, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you're going to get. It just means that you are putting the energy into it, going that way. That's what you're thinking might happen. But the law of gestation says you just have to keep nurturing this, keep nourishing the ground. As Jim Rohn was saying, keep sowing the seeds, but you don't know when the law of gestation is going to work to your advantage. And then we have the law of transmutation. That's the sexual transmutation I was talking about, the power to transmute your energy to something else. So when we understand that, we can put our energies into many different fields, put our energies into our relationships, put our energies into our work, put our energies into our health, but you're transmuting that into something else. And then finally, I think this is my favorite universal law of all, and that is the law of Goya, the law of get off your ass. And I came across that one from John Assaraf when I was working with him, and it tickled me then and it tickles me now. But it's definitely worth remembering though. And finally, this image that I wanted to share with you. Now, some people bought my pack of cards right in the early days. And as you got them from me, I was sending some of these images out. So some of you will have this image. And it's about the focus, about just staying in there and staying focused and understanding the elements that you require for your success and happiness, knowing that you are pulling these elements together. And I think understanding this means you don't give up. So you get all the elements together of what you need, such as this, the work I've been teaching you, and then you work on yourself and you pull in all the people who you know. Putting the time aside, that's another element. You got to put the time aside in order to create anything. And then remember the law of gestation. Now, my daughter and I created this image. It was just up the road, a beautiful sunny day. And I got this magnifying glass, and she was holding the glass while I was ready with my camera, and she kept moving it. And I'm going, you have to keep it still. You see, that's one of the elements that you require, is this intense focus, and you've got to stay still. And then about being patient. And if you're patient, what you want to happen will happen. So the law of gestation, and be patient. Now, we could have been patient going for a walk, but that wouldn't be achieving what we want to achieve. We've then gone to distract ourselves whilst being patient. I mean, be patient and stay in the zone, stay in the same place. And eventually, boom. And that smoke is not photoshopped in. That really, really happened. And both my daughter and I were super excited when it did. So can you imagine how you will feel when you maintain your focus on your Cash FX business, so much so that one day, and remember the law of gestation means you don't know which day this is, boom. And I promise you, it will happen. Now, there are three things that you can start to do now. And number one, I think this is really, really crucial. Stop contrasting your life with other people. There will always be some people better and some people worse off than you. So just be you. In this section here, I've actually stolen this from the mastermind part of my online training course. And it's about who your heroes are. And again, in that course, we dig deep and put together not just a physical mastermind, but a spiritual mastermind too, because that's really, really powerful. And also to get physical. Remember, if we are these energetic beings, and the law of vibration means we want to bring back some higher energy people who are going to make decisions and commit, then you must get physical and stimulate your brain activity in order to create these vibrations. And that helps with all your flow of positive chemistry, and that will enable you to then start talking positively and enthusiastically to your potential clients. And then get outside of yourself. This course so far is all about learning about what's going inside, But at some point, you've got to go, okay, I'm good at this moment in time. I'm now going to go and give to someone else. I'm going to go and check in on other people. And it's when you are doing that, that actually your life starts to really happen. So at that point, you can change your focus because you've already set it on fire, really. So you can now look another way, but just knowing that you are now transmuting your happy, joyful vibration that you've been working hard at creating, you can now pass that to others. And then again, they will come right back to you. So really, really important. I also want to share with you the power of receiving. So ask for what you want and be prepared to get it. And the image to use for this is actually the sixth sense image. And just imagine yourself as that person holding your hands out in order to receive. And again, we'll go back to the auto-suggestion image when I was talking about body suggestion. You know, if our body suggestion is open, shoulders back, and your arms out, you can receive in that position. But if your body is still consumed with a little bit of fear and doubt, that fear and doubt, which is going on in the subconscious mind, your body posture will be more like this. And that's not very confident. So clients will also pick up on your lack of confidence. So just practice. You could even do this now, or you can do it in the mirror later, but just practice standing tall. Just breathe in and receive. Open yourself up to receiving. It's easier to give than to receive, I promise you. So allow that receiving to come into your energy field. Now, I have a question. If you knew that tomorrow was your last day, would you spend it complaining about the ones you love? Would you say, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll do that sometime? Would you live in fear of being your true self and going after that true life and true purpose that you really want if you knew that tomorrow was going to be your last day? This is my son, Murray. Now, on the 14th of July, 2019, he went climbing. He had no idea that that was going to be his last climb. He had no idea that that was his last day. And neither did I. And neither do you. None of us have any idea when our last day is. So I beg you, put down your fear, invest in yourself, step up for the life you truly want. Thank you. I got a little bit emotional, but yeah. So that's my story. And I'll be honest, I use all these principles, not just for my business, but for everything I do in my life. And I hope that you will use them too. Thank you. So that's me.
Well, yeah, I mean, Janet, nothing can, words are no use. You just don't know. But carpe diem, none of us know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Live like it's your last day.
Yeah.
Dance, do whatever you want to do. And that has probably, in some mysterious way, grown you stronger as a person. I mean, no one expects to bury their children.
Nope.
No one.
But it's also taught me to live more. It's taken the fear out of life. And, I do hear a lot of people, afraid to speak to people about Cash FX or whatever reason, you know, there is a lot of nonsense going on the internet, but don't let that worry you, because who cares about someone else's opinion? You know, it's
What anyone
just
thinks of
someone
me is
else's
none of my
opinion.
business. That's
Exactly.
You know, what anyone thinks of me is none of my business.
Yeah.
And really, it doesn't matter. You know, but you get out and be the best that you can be, and do the best that you can do,
and really enjoy it. Just really enjoy it.
I think on behalf of everyone, we would really like to thank you for taking the time out over the last 6 weeks, and the contribution and the help that you've given for everybody is tremendous. And remember, if anybody wants a little copy of Janet's vision cards, send me an email. It's in the Mindset Telegram group. I'll put it up here in the chat, and just send the PayPal £2.50 to cover the postage and packing, and I will happily send you a copy of these. So I'll just put it up here.
Yeah, thanks once again, Janet. The mindset is obviously the most important thing for everyone, and it's really valuable for our team. And you know, it's really looking forward to work with you and you know, get something. And on the note of other people's information, just remember when Vaska was on the call, he said, look at the reputation of the people who are talking about CashFX and everything, and then look at what CashFX done in the last 22 months. They've changed thousands, hundreds of thousands of people's lives, and it's up to you to decide which side you want to take. You want to take you check the reputation of the person who's writing, and then you decide for yourself. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Roy. Thanks, Janet. Thanks for the email. I'll get that resolved.
Yeah.
This has been absolutely fabulous. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I have now finally joined the Telegram group. Telegram. So I'm new to all of that, but I am in there, and you know, I will answer questions and be a part of that group, and we can all grow together. You know, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's wonderful to be part of this group. So thank you, everybody.
Okay, if anyone not joined that group, please do, because we got all the 6 episodes and 5 episodes already, but we will get this done as, with the support of Wilfred. So you will have all 6, and then when you're going through, if you have any challenges, anything you want to know more, I mean, Janet and we will be there to support you guys. Thanks.
Can I just say a little appreciation for the past couple of weeks, Janet, absolute pleasure. There wasn't a day I even thought about missing it, because it's just right up my avenue, and it's just so good to hear this information. I study this personally myself, but you can never get enough of hearing this stuff. No. You really, really can. So appreciate all your time and effort putting into this, and the rest of everybody who came on. It's just good to hear this and be around people, and just thank you. And I hope we do another one pretty soon again. So. Yeah. Thanks again, and just something what could help with people. I was listening. Obviously, everyone heard of Grant Cardone before, so I was watching a video last night, and it was like the undercover billionaire, and he was getting basically interviewed by. His name is Lewis Holmes. He runs the School of Greatness, and he made $1 million with $100, and he didn't spend the money. And I was like, how is he doing this? So I listened to what he said. He said he was building equity, he was building relationships, connections with people. He said that he went to the top people in the area who are successful and had business. And that just sparked something in me saying, who do I know who has business and who has like a lot of success around here? I wrote down all the names. And this happened last night. I got an aha moment. I wrote them down. And now I have meetings with them next week. Awesome. And they're very successful people. And if I didn't hear that, I probably wouldn't have done it. So think, who's successful in your area? It could be a business who's in a shopping center. Just go in and say something to them. So I'm after doing that. And now I have like 2 or 3 meetings next week with people who are making a lot of money in their business. And it's like, it's that simple. You just have to get over that belief or that barrier. So just think of people who have money or business or open minds in your area who you think that you kind of get a thought saying, they might not be interested, but yes, they would. This makes you money for doing nothing. Like, everyone wants this. So it was just, and even, just thank you. I'm grateful to be a part of this and everyone with the like mind. So thank you, Janet, Roy, Brian, and all the rest of the crew. Thank you.
Yeah, I've just one last question actually, because Brian and I have just been texting recently about maybe putting a live motivational event together, including firewalking, and I just wondered who might be interested. Just give me a yes in the chat if it's the kind of thing you would be interested
I'm definitely interested.
Sorry, who was that?
I'm definitely interested in it.
Great. Well, just stick a yes in the box, and then we'll know.
The chat's only limited to 3 people. You can't text it in the chat to everybody, I don't think.
You can usually just go everyone
make sure you put everyone there.
Put everyone in the drop. There's like a little drop down menu. Select everyone, and it should go.
Yeah, you can't do it. It's only given Janice, Brian, and Roy. It doesn't give you an option for everyone. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I've just put the link for the Telegram group up on the chat there, as well as the.
You can do it now. You can do it now, guys. You can do it now.
Alan, if you,
I'd like to give it a try.
You can do it now. I think it was a function.
Yeah, brilliant.
Roy,
can I pick up on one of the things you said there? I mean, successful people are the best people to talk to because they understand they're action takers, they're risk takers. And they're only successful for one reason, because they don't have a fear. They get out and they do it. And I'm going to give you a little, and you could apply this to any direct sales business. It's an idea that one of our team had. So it's not mine, and I'm not claiming that it was my idea, but I think it's a brilliant one. Let's say someone that has a car sales business. And most people that go to buy a car want some discount. Okay, they want a bit of money off, or what are you going to give me off? And this guy has decided, rather than giving money off, he's going to open a $300 contract for his customers. Because if you think about it, it actually only costs him about £180 to do that. When you take the fast start and the uni level, and think about the opportunity. And I mean, it could be selling wardrobes or any direct sales product at all. But I thought it was a genius idea, because not only is he doing a good for his customer, think of what that can open up then in a two-way thing, because they go and tell their friends, which in turn will bring him more business to his car sales business. And I'm actually going up to speak to one of my guys that I know here, who's a car dealer, about the idea next week. And, I just think it's a fabulous idea. $300, instead of giving discount off or, money off, whatever service or goods it might be, go and speak to someone about it. But you've got to have the confidence and the conviction to be able to go and do it and talk about it confidently. And if it's someone you know in your business, or if someone in your business knows a car dealer or someone else, get someone like us to go and talk to them. Because everybody's looking for new ways of attracting customers. And if we can show a business how to attract customers by actually creating an income stream for them, how powerful is that?
Awesome.
Neil, you don't need to nick it. I'm giving you it there for everybody. It's something that I think if we start applying and asking people who they might know that would be interested to try that idea out, I think it could explode all of our businesses and make it very, very easy for everyone. So on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Janet, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
I hope you enjoy your new life in Stranraer.
Thank you.
You're only a stone's throw or a ship crossing from Belfast now, so
I'll be there.
We'll have to get you over very soon.
Yeah.
But,
and also, just to let you know, we've had a fantastic response there on that motivational event. So possibly a goer.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, it wouldn't be one that would be set up as some of the people do as a profit center. We would simply do it at a cost that would cover costs for everybody to get together, because I can tell you, doing a firewalk is a great experience. And it really, it's only symbolic, but it's to let you know that you can do anything you want to do. So sorry, we have a question from someone, Hara. Go ahead.
Sorry, Brian, it wasn't just proceeded by accident.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
A lot of appreciation coming through. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Janet.
Okay.
Thanks very much, everybody.
Thank
Have a
you,
lovely
everybody.
Sunday, everyone.
Have a great
Bye.
Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Good day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Alan.
God
Bye.
bless you all.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Fantastic.
Thank you
Good night,
very,
again.
super,
Bye-bye.
very much.
Bye-bye.
All the
Thank
team,
you.
Thank you.
all the
Bye.
participants, Janet. I'm sure I'm gonna see you in this 90 whatever pounds course you're gonna give.
Yeah, great.
Bye-bye.
Well, it's on it, Layla. It's online, so you
Yes, that's why I can take it.
ping an email to me. We'll sort that out. Okay,
Okay.
you take care. Thank you. Bye
Bye
bye.
now.
Thank you. Bye.